Why Korean doesn't call my name? Hey everyone! Have you ever wondered why do Koreans rarely call me by my name? It was always 선생님, 언니, 오빠, 교수님, 선배님, and even 저기요. Today, I want to talk about this very question. Why don't Koreans often use names?
Let's dive deeper into Korean culture together, shall we?
Cultural background.
First, let's start with a little bit cultural background. In many Western cultures, using someone's name shows familiarity and connection. But in Korea, names are not the primary way people refer to each other. Why? Because in Korea, relationships are built around hierarchy and age. That means your social position, like whether you are older or younger, a teacher or a student, is more important than your actual name. So instead of calling someone's name, we are using the titles. Korea has a collectivist culture, which means people care more about relationships and the group than just one person. So in the Korean language, the most important thing is how you are connected to someone. Like if they are older than you, your teacher, or your boss. That's more important than their actual name. I think this is one of the reasons we ask how old you are in the first meeting. Because we need to know what to call you. In Western countries, names are used a lot because they are seen as a part of your personal identity. But in Korea, it is different. Instead of using names, people usually say titles or family roles like 선생님, 형, 오빠, 언니, or 사장님. This comes from Confucianism. The way of thinking them was very strong during the Joseon dynasty in Korea. Confucianism taught people to respect elders and people in higher positions. Calling someone older or higher than you by name was seen as rude or disrespectful. For example, instead of saying a father's name, people say 아빠, 아버지, or say 형 for a big brother, and 선생님 for a teacher. I think it is similar to putting Mr. or Miss in front of a name in Western society, English language. But it's arguably more complicated in Korea. Even among friends, if someone is older, you might never use their name directly. Of course, after getting close, then you can use their name, but we usually say 언니 or 오빠, 형, those like that. But one interesting thing is if someone is younger, then we call them by their actual name. Of course, if they have their titles like teacher, professor, or boss, we can call their titles. We call their titles. But in friendly relationship, we just call one another's true name, actual name. Then what should you do if you meet someone new and you only know their name but have no idea if they are older or younger than you? This situation can be tricky in Korea because age decides how you speak to someone. In this case, many Koreans try to find out the other person's age as soon as possible, sometimes even before asking their name. That's why it is common to hear, "How old are you?" early in a conversation. It's not meant to be rude. Once they know who is older, they can use the right words and show the proper level of respect. Age really shapes how people talk to each other in Korean culture, even more than names. What if you don't even know their name? In these situations, it's best to approach cautiously rather than calling them by name immediately. Typically, people might start with a soft 저기요 or 혹시 to politely getting attention. It's common to politely ask 성함이 어떻게 되세요? Which means what is your name in a polite way. But in a restaurant or a shop, when you need to call somebody, the most commonly used phrase is 저기요. This is often used to call a step member. However, depending on the tone, this can sometimes sound a bit rude, like 저기요. Yeah, it sound rude, but softer 저기요, or simply making eye contact and a slight note can be better. 저기요. Yes. And if you know their profession or role, for example, in a restaurant, you might be more appropriate to say 사장님. And this expression is kind of fun and interesting. We usually call older female who is working in a restaurant, we call them 이모. Yes, 이모 literally means aunt. In Korea, a name isn't just something to call someone. It's a way to show respect in your relationship with that person. I hope this helped you understand why Koreans might not call you by your name. I'll be back soon with more interesting facts about Korean culture. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you next time. 안녕!